You guys, you guys did not tell me that getting an apartment is like finding true love in Nigeria, because true love is scarce. My nigga, true love is scarce. Now gold, diggy, 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 diggy gold. Now them full outside. Or they just want to whine you, my sister. True love scarce for Nigeria. Or now only for American movie we they see true love. Or just like Nigerian films. Oh my god, please. Don't hate me. I'm here to rant too. I've been on this roller coaster trying to find a perfect space for a perfect queen like Moa. I need a house that suits me. And I have been searching and searching and searching and searching. Because what is going on in Nigeria? Houses are expensive. What the Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you all know, my name is Shola Oshe, your host. I'm Okeberry. If this is your first time stumbling on my page, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, even go as far as sharing, and God bless you as you do so. Mwah. So today I've come here to rant. I am ranting because I don't understand what is going on in this country. But I have concerns though, so I need advice. Yes, the host needs advice at this point. Like, okay, a few years ago, let me tell you a short story. A few years ago, back in Lagos, I was attacked in my home. And these guys came in with marks. There were 4 of them. They attacked me in my house. And they didn't utter a word. They just kept trying to suppress me, strangle me. They were just fighting me. I was fighting back. All I could remember was I just kept shouting, Jesus, Jesus, yeah, Jesus, yeah. That was all I could remember. That day was a movie. I swear. I thought I was going to die. Let's rewind back. Let me tell you how the story started. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. As you all know, I have few brands to my name that I run. So at least I was using that to sustain myself in Lagos while I was also sponsoring myself to school, trying to make sure that I graduate. So I just did my deal, minding my business as usual. But the thing about me is that let me just shed a little light about me. I am a very principled person. It is actually very hard for you to ask me a question and say, are you in a relationship? And I'll tell you, yes, I'm in a relationship, because I love myself so much. And I just believe that, I'm sorry to say, I just believe that nobody can love me as much as I love myself, except the God who created me, Jesus Christ in heaven. My heavenly Father, that's the only person in this life that I believe can love me more than the way I love myself. So most times I feel men are selfish. I feel men, they don't deserve, because I am a lover girl. I give my all when I'm into a relationship. I just want loyalty. I want honesty. It has nothing to do with even my relationship with my man. Even as friends, I love loyalty. I love transparency. I love respect. You bring all these things to the table because I will give you all these things. So if I'm not getting these things, there's problem. It just shows that there's problem. So why should I be in a relationship and I am not really rest assured that you are in it 100% the way I am in it? Anyway, that's the story for another day. I didn't come here to rant about men or to rant about my friendships. I'm not here to rant about that. I'm here to tell you a story. And the reason why I'm telling you this story, like the house hunting thing, so it just brought back memories. And I think the reason why it's so hard for me to get what I want is because of the experience I had back in Lagos. Like I told you, I have few businesses to my name that I run, and I've been using that to sustain myself over the years. And God has been faithful. I have a beautiful family that supports me, you know. But I realized that I made a wrong choice of neighborhood when I was in Lagos, where I was living. The set of people around me, they were not good neighbors to me. That's by the way. Anyway, so on this fateful month in Lagos, I can never forget. It was around November because I was really sick that period. I was treating typhoid and malaria, so it was off and on. I'll go to the hospital, collect my injection, come back home. So I was not doing much of businesses and all that. I was at home, and I can remember that period that we had light issues. I think the transformer of our area got bad, so there was no light for straight 1 week and some days. So that period I had to run gen 24/7, and I think that was a period that they inflicted price on fuel, so a lot of people couldn't really afford to buy fuel because it was quite expensive. And I just got lucky that I had a lot of fuel around that period. I was able to sustain myself during that period. Now, I stay in a house whereby is like an upstairs. I don't know how to explain all those kind of houses. I know nothing about houses. Sorry. So I was upstairs. So it's like 3 flats downstairs, 3 flats upstairs. So I was upstairs, a room and parlor self-contained. That was what my apartment was like. So, and before you get to my apartment, you have to pass all the 5 houses before you get to my apartment. That's even the irony of this story. So that day I just got back from the hospital after taking my injection. Don't forget I told you I was sick that period. As I was trying to enter the street, my neighbor who lives downstairs happened to have a boutique in front of our street. So she saw me and was like, Auntie Shala, are you back? I said, yes, I'm back. She said, please, would you run your gen today? I was like, oh, yes, I will. My phones are dead and I would need light for a period of time to do 1 or 2 things. She was like, okay, I'll come and charge my phone at your place. I was like, okay, no problem. You are welcome. So already I knew she was coming to charge her phone. She said, let me quickly lock my shops. I'm done for today so that I can start heading home. I said, okay. And I made my way home. Immediately I got into my apartment, the first thing I did was pull my jean, because I can remember that day I was on a jean and shirt. I quickly pulled my jean and wore a boxers. Guys, thank God I wore boxers that day, because my own forecast cast finish. But thank God I was on boxers that day. So immediately I wore the boxers. I quickly went to the balcony to turn on the gen. Mainly the gen came on. I switched to NEPA and to generator section. There's NEPA and generator. I switched to generator section. And there's one good thing about me. Anytime I run my gen, I make sure that the balcony light is turned off, because the balcony, like the light outside my apartment, my apartment is upstairs and it's facing the street, and the street is facing the express. So automatically when I turn on the light in my house, or the light in the balcony facing the front of my house, everybody knows that, okay, this is the apartment, there's lights there. So I am a very private person. So I made sure that every time my balcony light was always turned off. Always. Now, fast forward to a few minutes later, after I turned on the gen, I think it's not even up to 2 minutes. Okay, let's say maybe 5 minutes, and I heard a knock on my door. Now, already I was expecting my neighbor to come and charge her phone in my house. So, of course, I didn't even peep through the security hole of the door to check who it was. I just opened the door. Gang, gang. Hey, guys. I just saw 4 hefty men with masks on their head, like they were wearing masks. 4 hefty men with masks. And the next thing the one in front did was just put his hand on my throat, put his hand like this, and started pushing me inside the house. And immediately just dawned on me, Shola, you are dead. Today, just start saying your last prayer, ask for forgiveness, all the sins, the atrocities you've done in your life. Just start asking for forgiveness, ask God to forgive you because you are going today. Because what I saw, I never believed that I would be able to tell the story today. God was merciful. God was merciful. So these guys enter my house and they locked the door. Immediately they entered, they locked the door. They were now trying. Immediately they entered, they did like this. Shh, I should not utter a word. And immediately they did that to me. I was like, okay, okay. I forgot to tell you that I brought out my phones, my laptop, my iPad. They were on the table. I was trying to charge when I heard a knock on the door. So everything was in the sitting room on the table. So when I opened the door and they attacked me, I was just like, take anything you want to take. Please don't hurt me. Just take anything you want to take. They just did like this to me. I said to me, Bamileni. Oluwa o, Mukuleni. I am gone. So that was how they started with me, these guys. They were first of all they were trying to make sure I go into the room because the parlor is closer. If I shout for help, it's easier for people to hear me from the parlor. But once I enter my bedroom, it will be hard for people to hear me because it's quite far from the street. I don't know the way I will explain it to you. So they're trying to drag me into the room, but I kept on fighting them. They were now, and the only thing I could remember saying was, Jesus, yeah, Jesus, yeah, Jesus. That was all I could remember saying. And these guys were trying, they now brought out one red cloth. They were putting it in my mouth so that I would not scream. They were now trying to, at some point, they brought out rope. They were trying to strangle me. They were using their hands to beat me. They were using their hands to weaken. They just wanted to weaken me. So God, I don't even know if those guys were robbers. I don't know if they were thieves. I don't know if they were kidnappers. I don't know if they were ritualists because God did not even allow me to even find out what they really were. Those guys beat Shege Banza in my body. Hi, that day. I don't even know where the strength came from. How I was able to fight 4 men. I don't know. One thing I know is that it was all God. But all I kept shouting that day was, Jesus, yeah, Jesus, yeah, I need help, help. And God sent help. My own neighbors, nobody came out though to help me. Now, person where they pass streets. Like as I dey talk now, ma dey shout, me person dey pass street, come dey hear me shout, come say something is happening in this house, something, come run go junction, come dey shout, say something is happening in the house, in that red house, in that brown building, something is happening. That was how help came. And when these people noticed that help was coming, that was how they pushed me out of my own apartment and allowed me run downstairs. So I ran out downstairs. I was bleeding. All my body was in blood. I was bleeding seriously. I ran downstairs. People were shouting, what's going on? I was really shaking. I said, they are upstairs. They are upstairs. So people ran upstairs. But when they ran upstairs, now me, I didn't know what was going on at that time. It was later on, the whole story was clear to me. But fortunately, unfortunately, when they ran upstairs, they didn't see anybody. So some people were saying maybe I'm mental, I have mental illness. Maybe I've gone to do Yahoo or I've gone to do ritual and they're after me and I'm saying that somebody wants to kill me. So somebody wants to kill me. I'm mental, I did Yahoo and blood is coming out and gushing out of my body. So is this spiritual person that will wound me and put so many marks on my body? So many people had their own side talks because already some people just feel like, how is this girl making her money? Where is she getting money from? If one small thing happens, she's already sorting bills. Like, how is she they don't understand that there's what we call grace, and they don't understand that there's what we call hard work, and they don't understand that I had businesses that I was trying and striving so hard to make sure that it finally picks up. So those was what was sustaining me. And there's one thing about me, I am so contented with my life. I'm so contented with what I have. So I don't go beyond my capacity. As you see me like this, my caban is my caban. If I go outside, let me tell you how bad it is. If I go outside and somebody say, let's go hang out, I will go somewhere and they buy a very nice, maybe catfish pepper soup, and they maybe, for instance, they ordered for Arabian tea and I enjoyed it. Do you know the next time I will be the one to host people in my house. I'll say, come to my house. I will make that catfish pepper soup and make that Arabian tea. That is who Amokeberry is. Standard. So it did sit well with a lot of people because they didn't understand the grace I had. They didn't understand what God was doing with me. And they chose, or whoever these people are, I know they might even be watching or listening and say, this one escaped. Yes, I am a child of grace and I am grateful to God. So that experience alone, right? The trauma is what is making me telling you this story now, because I have been hunting for a house for the past how many months now, and it's looking like it's not coming. Guys, it's looking like it's not coming because I just keep remembering the flashback, how I was attacked in my house, how the house I have to get now should be a house that I feel safe, I feel secured, the whole this thing that I just want to be safe. And it's just the way life is. I just feel people should be very, very cautious of their environment. They should be very cautious of the people they live with. They should be cautious of the kind of friends they keep. They should be cautious of the kind of people they move with. They should be cautious of the places they go to. You never can tell who is watching you and who has bad intentions. Yes, I know it's only God that protects. Yes, it's true. Only God that protects. But at the same time, we can also have, we can kind of prevent some things from happening. No, we can't prevent. No, we can. But we can kind of guide ourselves from entering some kind of unnecessary traps and all that. We will try as much as, okay, I would say we can monitor ourselves, the places we go to, the people we deal with, the things we do. It really matters. So that's my little story from my Lagos experience, a very brutal experience. I don't even think I'm telling you the story how it actually happened, because all that keeps coming to my head were the struggles that night, the struggles with those 4 guys. I don't know if they even wanted to rape me. I don't know if they wanted to just induce me. I don't know if they wanted to overpower me. I don't know if they wanted to take me away alive, if they were kidnappers. I had no idea what they wanted, but I know they were trying so hard to make sure that I was silent. I forgot to tell you that the after part of the story was that eventually, when everything was calm, they were not telling me that when they went upstairs, my apartment was locked. I was like, my apartment was locked. How can it be locked? We didn't know that those guys, I was too fast to tell you, those guys actually pushed me out of the apartment and locked themselves in the apartment. So when people rushed upstairs and my apartment was locked, they thought I locked the apartment and ran downstairs. So that was like, some people were like, what's wrong with her? There's nobody upstairs. Why is she shouting? This one don't colo. I she is on drugs. I she don't go do yahoo yahoo. I she's a ritualist. I she's gone to put her hand into diabolical things and they're after her. And now she's shouting somebody is attacking her. Maybe it's a spiritual attack. People just had their own perception and people just had something to say. But all I can say is, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Sky Daddy, because without you, I don't even know if I would be sitting here today to tell you the story. So guys, let's be cautious of our environment and the kind of people we move with. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things from my story and my experience. I have a lot of experience and stories I'll be coming up here to share with you guys. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, even go as far as sharing, and God bless you. See you in my next video. I love you. Bye. By the way, I'll be waiting to see your comments. Yes, meet me in the comment section. Bye-bye.
I forgot to tell you that they left their mask behind before escaping. Sounds like an inside job. I return all the glory to God Almighty. Thanks for watching.